Welcome to All Things Possible TV. My name is Bill Barney, with All Things Possible, of course. Today's episode is titled Muscle Testing Without Muscles. Now that sounds a little bit crazy for a title, but this is very simple. And the reason for doing this episode today is to help you increase your sensitivity to your intuition, to get better with muscle testing and to even go beyond that. Let's face it, the reason we use muscle testing is to get answers to questions we otherwise wouldn't know. So we use it if we're trying to find trapped emotions, taking supplements for the body. Chiropractors use it to figure out where a person's body is out of alignment. There's an unlimited amount of possibilities that we can use muscle testing on. And my purpose here today is to just give you a few tips and tricks. And so whatever form of muscle tester you're using, whether you're using the sway test, some people actually will use a pendulum, obviously, of course. They'll begin there and then they'll use different types, different techniques of muscle testing. Whatever they do, whatever your technique, if you're testing on another person, you're pushing down on that person's arm. But they use that to get their answers. Muscle testing really is just training wheels for your intuition. And so what I want to do, it's just very, very simple to show you a simple technique to take that to the next level. Because we don't want to just stop there. There's so much more to our intuition, and we can become more fine to it and get a lot more information than what's just available through muscle testing. And so here it is. It's very simple. Use your imagination. So if you use the sway test, and it's not going to be as fast at first as your other manual method of muscle testing using your muscles, but without your physical muscles, use your imagination muscle and imagine, pose the question, whatever it is this supplement good for my body? And then imagine if you are swaying forward or backwards. Whatever test, if you're using the ring and ring method, imagine if your fingers stay solid, if they go weak. If you're testing on somebody else's arm, imagine, does that arm stay solid or does it go down? And just wait for it and just kind of imagine it. And as you do this, then double check in whatever form of muscle testing you're using. Try it and see if you get the same answer. But as you do that, you become more in tune to your inner senses. You become more in tune with your intuition. It's kind of like training wheels. You know, you can rock back and forth with training wheels and you still stay upright. And manual muscle testing is awesome. But as you start to use your imagination for whatever form of muscle testing you're doing, the answers will come to you and you'll be open to getting more intuition than you did before. So here's some of the ways that I use it. Obviously, the one imagining a yes or a no. And sometimes some of the techniques that I use, I have clients be in a position in a mental or in an exercise that they do for clearing trauma and stuff, and it's intuitive. How long do I keep them there? Is it 30 seconds? Is it 60 seconds? Is it 49? Whatever it is. My old method was I would sit there and muscle test. Okay, is it ready to move to the next position yet? Is it ready to move to the next position yet? I want it to go strong. I go, aha, and then I would have them move to the next position. With that being intuitive, it worked. The client got the best results rather than just doing it a set amount of time per step. So what I would do, you can imagine this and imagine the finger staying strong or going down or whatever your technique is. But for me, I would imagine this little peg traveling across a bar. Flat bar and this little peg traveling across here. And I just imagine slowly going across. When it was time, it seemed to like drop into a little hole there and just lock in. And for me, that was the yes. So it was, instead of saying yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, just imagine that slowly going along a bar, and when it was time, once it would drop in. And I found that if I muscle tested, yep, it's time to move them to the next point. So that's a great way of doing it. Another thing is if we're counting, whatever it is, if you're counting how many days you should be taking a certain supplement, you can imagine 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it'll feel like that little peg drops into a hole. Whatever you can imagine, you can create with muscle testing, and that's what this is all about. So use your imagination. It's a more sensitive tool. It's more sensitive than the manual muscle testing, and as you do this, you will find that soon intuition starts coming to you, and you just know the answer and you know that you know it without going, through the physical muscle testing or whatever it is you're doing. So that's what it is for you. Use your imagination, play with it, have fun, and that's my tip for today. So enjoy. I'd like to invite you to join our community at allthingspossible.biz. Go there and sign up. You can get a lot of free gifts there. You can also, there's a place to book a free 20-minute session with me and see what it's like to do some work with Bill. And all the information is there on our website. Again, it's allthingspossible.biz. Bye-bye. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.